Hey babes, how was last week for you? Have you been sleeping well? How was the eclipse? Did you get to see it? Also, did it make you feel any different? For some, the eclipse can be very eye-opening. You may be hit with downloads or revelations about your life, purpose, or situation. For others, your spirit may have been disturbed or negatively provoked. Some time ago, I spoke during our time together about the importance of shadow work, especially when practicing BDSM. I know that our world is very intersected with the spirituality and witchcraft community. And here on the EOD podcast, we explore the intersection of our spiritual selves, our mental health, and our exploration of kink and BDSM. What is your spiritual hygiene routine? Do you have one? Do you find that you feel like a blanket of discomfort sits on your chest day to day? What about in your kink life? People speak horror stories of the kink community, especially when it comes to sadism, a term fashioned in the name of a French revolutionary nobleman, libertine, philosopher, and political activist, Donatien Alphonse Francois Marquis de Sade. The Marquis de Sade was also a pornographer, prosecuted and imprisoned for 27 years for his disgusting and immoral literary works. Although there is supposedly still not a lot of hard evidence as to whether or not these were just his fantasies, or if he really committed many of these acts, his philosophies were cruel, and he was so fiercely in opposition of the Christian church that his idea was that morals should not exist. He believed in a man's right to dominion over every other being, but especially women, of any age and any state of being, living or deceased. What few speak about is the fact that most French philosophers of the era shared his views of dominion over women, although most were nowhere near as extreme in their thoughts. Patriarchy in a nutshell. Although the word sadism is derived from the Marquis de Sade's title, he is not the father of BDSM, as some mistakenly believe. The terms sadism and masochism would not be coined until 1840 by Richard von Krafft-Ebing, and Sigmund Freud would later coin the term sadomasochism in 1856, which is what BDSM started off as. In other words, it was not until these terms were created that BDSM began its roots in exploring consensual infliction of pain as a form of pleasure. The Marquis de Sade had very little to do with the formation of BDSM. But I'll go further into that in the next video in our Queer Kink U playlist on our YouTube channel. That's at Kinky Cafe, Cafe with a K, LLC, on YouTube and on IG if you need to find us. My message to you is that when we play with the darkness, we take our shadows off the leash. Stepping into certain scenes invoke darker energies. And when I say that, don't get scary on me, okay? What I mean is, demons are not only energies that come from a place outside of ourselves. This is why we call our shadows or the darker parts of us our demons. It's like poltergeist energy. A poltergeist is dark energy made corporeal by the strong emotions of a living person. Just like a living person can conjure up poltergeist energy, when we play with our darker aspects during a scene, think of it as conjuring up the spirit of kink. Without a spiritual hygiene routine, your health, mentally, spiritually, and physically, will be affected. Just like when your divine masculine and divine feminine are out of balance, it makes you an unbalanced person. If you allow your demon to become unchecked, you too have the potential to turn into a monster. Some tips for a spiritual hygiene routine. When you wake in the morning, make time for a quick meditation. A 5-minute meditation is all you need. Make your bed every day. Try not to skip it. If you have no energy to do anything else at all, when you return to that nice, crisp bed, your spirit will thank you. Make sure you are drinking enough water. Water is life, and these human meat sacks are 70% water, just like our Mother Earth. When we are not flushing our bodies and keeping them hydrated, our bodies fall out of balance. It's remarkable how much can be resolved by just increasing your water intake. After scenes, cleanse yourself consistently. Whether you're indigenous or Afro-Indigenous and you use sage smudges, Black or African American, and you carry a spray bottle full of Florida water with a couple of drops of black chicken cologne or oil in it, you spray it after a scene. If you are of European descent, a saltwater spray, lemon oil spray, or even a rosemary cleansing spray can work. If you need a recipe for that, get yourself some water. Spring water would be best if you have access to a natural source of clean water. Or if you don't, you can use distilled water or bottled spring water. Get yourself a Dollar Tree spray bottle, okay? One of the metal ones, not the plastic, because some of these essential oils, especially the lemon oil, can eat through your bottle, and you don't want it contaminating your cleansing water or you. So get one of these Dollar Tree spray bottles. Fill it 2/3 of the way with the spring water or distilled water. Pour in a teaspoon or so of sea salt. It could even be a large pinch if you want. It's up to you. Fill that last third with some witch hazel, the liquid, not the herb. Then pour in 3, 7, or 13 drops of rosemary essential oil or lemon oil. Shake it vigorously, and then carry it with you everywhere you go. After you've left your house, once you go out and about, you can have energies attached to you that you didn't ask for. When you leave your house and you come back, make sure you spray yourself with that cleansing spray. After scenes, spray yourself with that cleansing spray. Between scenes, spray yourself with that cleansing spray. You have a client that you need to see, spray yourself with that cleansing spray. I mean, even online, okay? Even online, if you're camming, after a camming session, spray yourself with that cleansing spray. These are all ways that energies can attach to you. And you want to make sure that your energy is consistently cleared out. When you have really intense scenes, maybe step up your cleansing a little bit. Take a cleansing spiritual bath. Consistent cleansing is key, like I said. If you have difficulty sleeping, soursop tea, chamomile tea, and valerian root tea all aid in sleep. And a 10-minute sleep meditation can help settle your mind and discipline your mind to settle in at the same time every night. And the last tip I'll give you is that your gut health rules everything. Excess drinking, illicit drugs, and terrible food choices don't just affect weight. Most importantly, they affect your gut health, which affects your brain and emotional health. Sea moss is a miracle plant that greatly benefits your overall gut health. This is where I'm going to drop a shameless plug, and I'm going to tell you about my sister's business. Okay? My sister is Empress Juicy, and her business is cocoa juice. That is Coco Juice Club. CocoJuiceclub.com. Coco Juice makes sea moss products for you to order if you are in the US or in Antigua, West Indies, where we're from. Coco Juice sea moss is harvested directly from the Caribbean Sea outside of our sister island, Barbuda, and processed on a Rastafarian farm in the sun of our island. This is not the sea moss that you have seen grown on farms in the US or in the UK. Overprocessed and devoid of any of the benefits it's used for. This is fresh. It is only touched by hands that have been blessed. It is pure, and it has 99 of the essential minerals and vitamins that your body needs for balance. Again, that's CocoJuiceClub.com. CocoJuiceclub.com. You can find all that you need for better gut health and overall health through Empress Juicy of Coco Juice. That's it for my shameless plug. So lastly, I do consultations, whether they're spiritual consultations or just a personalized check-in. Send me an email through the Kinky Cafe email address. That's kinkycafellc@gmail.com. Kinky Cafe, cafe with a K, LLC@gmail. Again, that's Kinky Cafe, cafe with a K, LLC@gmail. We'll set up a time on Zoom and you pay what you feel is right. That's it for this week, babes. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're thriving. And if you're not, remember it's only temporary. Make sure you're drinking your water. Set yourself a regular spiritual hygiene routine. And remember that you're not broken, just a little bent.